Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you're new here, welcome. Hi, my name is 𝒕𝒉𝒊𝒔 and today I'm going to be planning in my Hobonichi Weeks using one layout, but I'm going to use it in 3 Hobonichi Weeks in different ways. So this is a sneak peek of the next video, which will be my 2022 quarter 4 setup, and these are the Hobonichi Weeks that we will be using for today. I know that you haven't seen a lot of the other Hobonichis that I do have in my lineup. That is because they were in a box from Australia, from Brisbane to Manila, and now they are here and I cannot wait to play with them. So this is the TN that I am using, and it was from Daiso, but I'll talk to you more about that in the next video. I also have my Hobonichi drawer pouch 𝒼𝕉, which you have seen before, but I'm going to walk you through that as well in the next video. But right now I pulled the cat book holder from Daiso that I always use to prop open my Hobonichi Weeks Nuance. And I know that a lot of you really enjoy the colors that came out of the smooth version, the smooth line of the Hobonichi Weeks 2023, and it behaves exactly like the Nuance. So I think I'll make a separate video just about the Nuance once again, just to refresh everyone of how this Hobonichi Weeks is very different from the rest. This one is my Hobonichi Weeks Mega sneaker as well, and I finally used the sticky note bookmarks that came with this planner, and it is a repositionable, just like a sticky note book tab. And these are the 3 planners, and then these are the sheets of stickers from Sterling Ink that I will be using for one of the Hobonichi Weeks. And these are the pens that are felt tip, as well as the other materials that we will be using for today. And these are the 3 different fountain pens that I will be using for next week in these Hobonichi Weeks. So let's go ahead and take a look at the Mangaka 01, which I did have before. I think it was already hauled. If I remember which haul video, I'm going to link it down below together with other videos that I mentioned. So make sure to check out the description. And I'm going to be starting with lining one of the Hobonichi Weeks, and then for the others, I'll just go ahead and start planning on them. And here I'm just making several columns, so 2 columns for each page, and then I'm darkening the lines that are already on the planner to separate each day, and then I'm going to extend that line onto the right page as a daily's extension. And this is something that I do in nearly every plan with me, I feel like, and that's why I thought that it'd be great to just demonstrate how you can switch up the purpose of each layout and customize it according to your needs. And then these are the other planners with the layout already done. So all the lining has finished, and we can go ahead and get started with the first one, which is my life planner and the Hobonichi Maaya Sakamoto collaboration weeks. So I'm going to talk about the pen first. I don't think I've seen or I've shown this before. This is a Lamy Safari F nib, one of the newer ones. And this is the matte version, not the shiny one. And it has an F nib. I'm using the ink from Ferris Wheel Press, the Treasured Manuscript one of my favorite inks that I do have. And it works perfectly with this pen. This ink is a little watery and it will develop, or please allow time for it to develop to its true color, which is a dark yellowish brown, almost like a sheen of gold without the sparkle or the metallic. And then I'm using my Tombow. I'm only using 1 Tombow for this entire plan with me of all 3 weeks. And I'm just using that as a highlight, and you can use any color Tombow that you would like. You can use multiple colors as well. So here I'm just putting down my labels on my headers. So I have daily, I have tasks, I have FIN, which stands for finance. I'll talk more about that later. And then for the last one, I have this week. And I always like to have headers down so that I remember which column or which area I am tracking. And then surprise, this is my 2021 A6 weekly supplement. I was unable to use it in 2021, but I thought I'd go ahead and reuse it for 2022. I just ignored the dates and write down my own dates. And I'll talk to you more about that, I think, in the next video, if not the week after. And then here I'm putting down some stickers on some of the days that I want to highlight. And the reason that I wanted to separate all of these is because my Hobonichi Weeks was getting really full and it was getting very difficult to find information. So I wanted to have different weeks for the different roles that I do play in my life. So these stickers are clear, and you can have this as well in glossy and matte from Sterling Ink. She has her own planner, a B6 Tomoe River paper bound planner. I'm not sure if you can still get it now, but I feel like it will come out, her extras will come out because the pre-order has finished. And it's really a beautiful planner, and I'm really curious about how it works. Unfortunately, I'm unable to order as of right now, but maybe I'll try it soon, who knows. So here I use the corner stickers to make a little border so that I can have a little bit of a frame for my creation. And this incorporates a little bit of art journaling, but not too much, just in specific places. In particular, this right page, which is the notes section of the Hobonichi Weeks. And then I'm going to go ahead and decorate that a little bit with just dots because it was looking a little plain and I wanted it to stand out a little bit more. And I think I'm going to continue this in the next few pages because I really love how it turned out. It could be a little neater, but as I've mentioned in, I think, either the previous or the one before that the filming setup that I have is a little bit difficult to lean down and see what I'm doing all of the time. So that is why some of these are crooked, but you can take your time and make sure that the sticker is flush to the lines. And here I'm repeating the frame decoration on several different areas. This is a special week because this is where September ends and October starts. Time flies. And I'm very happy that I am finally able to finish that entire or use up the entire sheet. And if you are a hoarder like me and you finish a sheet, well, actually there are different types of hoarders. For me, if I finish a sheet, that is an achievement, but sometimes that can make you sad because, you've run out of something very beautiful. So this is the finished decoration. I don't think I'm going to be putting a lot more than this for now. I have finished that sheet after all. So let's go ahead and take a look at the page anatomy. This is the first of 3. The left page has your daily column, which lists your events, outings, etc., including maybe doctor's appointment if you'd like. You also have a task column where I put down my littles, so laundry and things like that. On the right page, I have my finance column. Now, this is just a small one, so it only really tracks spendings and sometimes savings. I have a this week column, which is a brain dump and some boxes for highlights. Let's fill in some of the sections and see this page in action. So I'm using my Tombow as a highlighter so that my eyes are drawn to whatever I write on them. And then I wrote down Happy Monday for Monday. This week isn't too bad. It is really busy as as the other weeks. I feel like this week should have been busier, but I was only really busy for 3 days, and then it was a little bit more relaxed the rest of the week, which I really appreciate. And then I'm also writing down some things to do for my finance section. So finance section, that's just an umbrella term for everything that I'm spending, so that I can keep track of all of the things. And I feel like, and I'm not sure if this is going to happen, that I'm going to get another Hobonichi Weeks for 2023. So if I do that, I'm going to put that in my finance. And here I'm just writing down a few things for my brain dump, which is under this week's notes section. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill in some of the boxes. So here I have check bills for October 1st, because it is the beginning of the month and I just wanted to know if there's anything coming up. And then at the very bottom, I forgot to write down next week, so I'm doing that now. And then I'm writing down an appointment on Monday. But this is a very important meeting, so I thought I'd go ahead and write it down in my life planner. For the frames, I wanted to do 2 things. First, I wanted to have a little message for the end of the month, the end of September, and I wanted to have a little bit of an inspirational something at the beginning of the month of October. So that is the page complete. And let's go ahead and take a closer look at what we have done. Now, there's not a lot of writing here. The rest of the writing will happen as the days go on, so that I have a little space to write something down on my planner every day. So next, let's take a look at the Hobonichi Weeks Mega sneaker for 2021, and this is a very popular planner this year. I saw a lot of videos hauling this planner, and understandably, the colors that they use for the 2022 version of the Sneaker Mega is stunning. That's why I almost didn't get it, or almost wasn't able to get it, because it's sold out completely. By the way, this is my pilot Prera. I did haul this in the last video, which I will link down below. This fountain pen is wonderful. It is stunning. I love it so much. If you are looking to level up from a super beginner fountain pen, this is a good second fountain pen, because it's not very expensive and it's so well made. Like really well made. The cap attaches to the body of the fountain pen magnetically. So there's a little click and there's a little pull, and it's all really nice. So I highly recommend that. So on to what I am doing with this planner. So this is my work planner. If you don't know already, I am a PhD student and I am in the last few months of my candidature. That is why my workload is very heavy. So I wanted to have all my work things in one planner without any other information that isn't about work, so that I can keep that life or that list separate from everything else. That's why I have multiple planners for all my different needs. By the way, at the bottom, I wanted to write the pen and the ink that I am using, which is, once again, for this pen, is the Pilot Iroshizuku Shinkai, which is a beautiful, I wouldn't say cobalt, I would say navy, a beautiful navy blue. So for my right column, so the bigger column on the right, I do have my work hours, because not all hours are the same. Some of them are like admin things, but there's also focus work hours. So that is the time when I am doing something that is directly related to my goals. So it's not admin things, it's not answering emails, it's not setting appointments, signing things, and such likes. So I also have my notes and next week's section on the same right page as per usual. So I also have my reminders on this section of what I want to do, and I'll be writing down the goals on the days that I didn't write them in on the morning of that day. I am guided by another goal, by a giant weekly goal, one goal to rule them all, but I also like to have daily goals. So for the page anatomy on the left page, as I mentioned, as I've been talking about, I do have my work daily goals, which is a major task, but I also like to break up that task into smaller tasks in my daily progress column. On the right page, I have my admins columns because there's a lot of admin, and I also wanted to track my focus work hours as well as have space for notes and future logging of next week. So let's take a look at the page close up. And I have to say that this ink is really pretty. It's not my most favorite ink of all time, but I'm starting to really like it. And now for the last planner of today, it is the Hobonichi Weeks Nuance in Mint. And this is made out of polyurethane. I want to talk about this a little bit, but first let's take a look at the Lamy Safari that I got recently. I haven't hauled this before, so this is the first time you're seeing it. And it is completely black. It is matte, and I love it so much. I loved it when it came out, but I wasn't able to get it. So when I saw it, I said, okay, come home with me. You now belong to my fountain pen family. And by the way, this is a very good investment as well. The Lamy Safaris, they really work very well, and I think they've used a new nib. The nib is very different from my older Safaris. In terms of quality, I think the newer ones are way better. And in this fountain pen, I am using the Documentus Brown ink, which I haven't used in a very long time. It is a very deep dark brown. It's still brown, but it kind of looks black almost. So if you're into that like I am, this is a very good ink. By the way, the Tombow worked in all of the different inks that I've used today because it's very neutral. I'm also using it right now to mark certain boxes because those boxes are when I expect a post to go live, but I don't actually write it down until it happens. And for my goals, I only write down the numbers and the platform so that I could just cross it out when they happen. For production notes, these are usually pre-production notes, which means that these are the tasks that I need to do before I start filming, or things that I need to know before I start filming. And then for the bottom, as per usual, I need to have a little space for notes and for next week future logging. So for the Nuance, this is a similar planner to the Smooth line of 2022, which means that it's gonna be maybe difficult for you to use if you're not used to it. So onto the page anatomy, I have a daily to-do task list because I don't have a lot of time for social media. I want everything to be clear when I do have time, and I also have my live posts log. On the other side, on the right, I have a list of products or brands that I use in the post so I can keep track. I have my goals, my production notes, and other notes in next week. So let's take a look at it close up. And also I wrote down what fountain pen I'm using and the ink that I'm using at the bottom of the page. And it has a little bit more writing than the other ones because I don't usually have a lot of time for social media. And here are all the 3 different Hobonichi weeks that we used or we planned in for today. And if you've made it to this part of the video, thank you so much for watching. Even if you didn't, thank you so much. And please like the video if you did like it and leave a comment down below. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more planning videos. I'll see you in the next one.